Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 6. I'm Annalisa Gale. It was a cool day for the first day of fall, and that is where we'll start tonight. Let's get right over to our meteorologist, Scott Sumner, now joining us with a look at the forecast. Scott, I can tell you I turned that heat on today for sure.
Yes, indeed. A lot of people did over the last couple of afternoons and evenings here in the local areas. It turned out to be quite cool across much of the viewing area. However, a little transition towards some milder air is coming up. But first, I want to talk a look about the satellite view. You can see a beautiful day today, a tale of two cities between today and what we're going to experience tomorrow, really, as we don't have any weather worries to speak of this afternoon. But we do have a front that's off to the west. You see it right here, warm front, cold front combination. That's going to be moving on through a 1-2 punch and bring us some storms for tomorrow afternoon, some of which could be strong or possibly severe. You can see the overall setup here and what to expect on Sunday. Now, in addition to rain, which we could probably not use anyway, get a little bit more of a break from some of the heavier rain that we've seen already this season. But we'll have that, and we'll also have some thunderstorms, some of which could be strong and severe with some very gusty winds across the area. As a matter of fact, we're under a marginal risk, the entire viewing area, every county in our viewing area, under a marginal risk of seeing some severe storms across the board. So here's a breakdown on the headlines. It's going to be not as chilly tonight as we saw last night or even the night before, but still cool nonetheless. A front brings some storms on Sunday, a breezy start to the week, and another cool down by the middle of the week. Will it be as cool as what we just went through? I'll talk about that and show it to you with the 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, thanks, Scott. New tonight, a Prince George's County officer who had his police powers suspended in February has now been indicted by a grand jury. Corporal Travis Fowble is accused of conducting unauthorized activities while on duty in 2018. He's charged with theft and misconduct, but the police department did not elaborate on those allegations. Fowble was suspended without pay. He is scheduled to be arraigned in October. D.C. police are offering up to $25,000 for information leading to an arrest in a deadly shooting this morning. Police say they responded to reports of a shooting on 15th Street Northeast just before 1 a.m. That's where they found a man who was shot and killed. He was identified as 32-year-old David Scott of Northeast D.C. So far, no arrests have been made. Well, Virginia residents continue to be...
I was scared and nervous a little bit.
They did their job. They did the best they could, but it was very scary for a little bit there.
Well, Virginia residents continue to react today as Fairfax County Police are still searching for a suspect in a shooting in the Bailey's Crossroads area. Officers ordered shoppers to shelter in place while they searched for that shooter for several hours. No injuries were reported, but they found multiple cars with bullet holes. As for where those shots came from, that's still all a part of the mystery. This was the scene as that investigation unfolded. The area was packed with law enforcement officials from all around the Northern Virginia area.
We're always going to err on the side of caution.
Anyone with information is asked to call the Fairfax County Police Department right away. Happening tonight, Elton John's fans are in for a home run performance. John is singing at Nats Park as part of his farewell Yellow Brick Road tour. The iconic singer, known for his hits like Benny and the Jets and I'm Still Standing, is in the home stretch of his final tour. It all starts at 8 p.m. John transformed the White House South Lawn into a musical love fest Friday as he played a farewell gig to honor everyday heroes like teachers, nurses, and AIDS activists. But as it turns out, the event also was to honor the 75-year-old British songwriter. President Joe Biden surprised him with the National Humanities Medal for being a tidal wave who helped people rise up for justice.
I will treasure this so much, and it will make me double my efforts to make sure this disease goes away. Your kindness, America's kindness to me as a musician, is second to none.
Well, in just a few weeks, the Biden administration says borrowers will be able to apply for student loan forgiveness. But the cost of college is still high, and many lawmakers and advocates say there's more to do on this issue. Hannah Brandt has more on what's next.
Soon, millions of people will see a drop in their student debt balance.
The Department of Education is working around the clock to stand up the program.
The president's plan forgives up to $20,000 for borrowers. Plus, it caps regular loan payments at 5% of someone's income and wipes out loans for some after 10 years of repayment. An advocate, Melissa Byrne, hopes these steps lead to more.
Renew the fight for free college. Renew the fight to get more debt canceled.
Education Secretary Miguel Cardona says he recognizes loan forgiveness alone isn't enough.
Everybody has some work to do to make sure that college is more affordable, including our colleagues in higher education.
Many lawmakers agree there's more to do on this issue, and they have some ideas.
The student loan crisis isn't the fault of the students.
Congressman Bobby Scott introduced a bill that would double the size of Pell Grants and lower interest rates for loans.
We should be making college accessible to everyone. Everyone should have the opportunity to move up in society.
But Senator Josh Hawley wants to go a different direction. He has a bill that would make colleges pay half the balance of any student loan that's fallen into default.
Colleges ought to be the ones who are on the hook for the loan. That's, I think, a way to really get at the issue here, which is that these colleges are getting rich by taking the money from students and giving them worthless degrees.
But neither plan will move forward unless Democrats and Republicans find some common ground. In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
Well, rough weather is once again delaying the launch of NASA's Artemis rocket. NASA officials say that Tropical Storm Ian is expected to become a hurricane and hit Florida on this upcoming Thursday. This is the third delay for the Artemis rocket launch. NASA is still deciding whether the rocket will stay on the launch pad or be moved. If it stays on the pad, the next attempt could be as soon as October 2nd. Well, members of the Virginia Rescue Task Force 1 are being sent to Florida ahead of that Tropical Storm Ian. The team sent will aid in search and rescue missions and other FEMA duties if Ian does cause serious damage. They will be providing 45 personnel with rescue equipment and will be aided by other teams, including a team from Ohio.
Take a look at the highs today. Hey, not that high, certainly below the average. 70 was the high today. The average should be 78. Look at the low, 51 degrees this morning. The average low should be 61, 10 degrees cooler than that. Record high, 99, set back in 2010. Record low, 54, way back in 1887. All right, let's take a look at our satellite and radar perspective. You can see, again, a couple little high clouds drifted in and out of the area, but overall things are very quiet across the region. Back off to the west, we have some showers, broken in nature, but showers nonetheless, in parts of West Virginia, parts of Pennsylvania, and even further into towards Kentucky. Now, all of those are out ahead of a front. You can see on Sunday, that front gets a little bit closer towards us. So we're going to be south of this warm front to the east of this cold front, and that is generally speaking, when you have this type of 1-2 punch come through, more of the active part of a storm system. So that's why I put some thunderstorms in there, some of which could be strong or potentially severe with wet weather hanging up to the north and to the west. Now, again, the severe weather outlook shows that we're under a marginal risk everywhere across the area, and that is for tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. As you can see here, the primary threat being wind, being the major concern here. Otherwise, tornado, hail, and flooding are on the lower side of the spectrum.